Greetings. Welcome this Friday Eve to you. I am, of course, KG Kris Gardner, owner of the Houston Roundball Review. Welcome to another edition of the Houston Roundball Review Takeover of the Lunch Break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel, and, of course, on Roku via the BS3 Network. If you have Roku, download the BS3 app. Please. If not, you can go to BS3Network.com or BS3TVLive.com and watch the shows and the great content that way. But it would help all of us, me and my colleagues in the BS3 family, download the app and watch us on Roku. And you can watch my show on demand. Yes, you can do that too. But here, this edition of the Takeover, probably not going to be not a whole hour, not the 55 plus minutes, what have you. Just playing it by ears, kind of those dog days between the start of college football season, NBA's summer's winding down. But I have a poll question that I want you. It's on the YouTube channel, on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. And please answer that question. Have you, because that's really the theme of today's show, have you watched the Big 12 channel, Fast channel, on Roku, or if you have it on another platform? Have you watched the Big 12 show on the Fast channel? Answer that poll question. Let me know if you watched it, because I'm kind of curious. If you have, how many folks have watched? And if you haven't, why haven't you? Or did you not know about it, or anything of that sort either? But let me know if you have watched the Big 12's Fast channel. Say hello to the queen of support of the Houston Roundball Review, Queen Wanda Polk. Ms. Polk, how are you doing? Thank you for chiming into discussion. I'm kind of curious if you have watched the Big 12's Fast channel, because one of the parts, I say bones to pick I have with the conference, the Big 12 conference overall, as we all know. Rex 32, how are you as well? Say hi to Queen Polk. And it is very strange here as I'm trying to watch the show on my phone, and it is not coming up on my phone. That is very weird. I was going to watch the poll question if you haven't, if I can't see it. But Miss Wanda, how are you? Rex, how are you? And I see a stranger. I'm going to put his name on the screen momentarily. Stranger, we've missed you on those Sundays, recent Sunday shows on Folks Talkin Sports. Willie Gibson has been talking some Ohio State Buckeyes football. Join us this coming Sunday for the next edition of FTS. I'm speaking of Corey here, because with Willie on the show and Kenitra Pulliam's on the show this Sunday with me, Willie, an alum of the Ohio State, Kenitra, an alum from Texas, might have a thought or two to share about a certain matchup coming up in a few days, next weekend, between the Longhorns and the Buckeyes. So, Corey, if you're able to join us this Sunday, 6 o'clock Central, tune in for that, because Willie and I are going to try to pull Kenitra into some trash talk. She's so good. She's just so goody when it comes to, she respects the opponents and doesn't engage in the junk. So I'm going to try this Sunday on Folks Talkin Sports to get her to talk some junk about the Buckeyes. I mean, Willie, neither one of them are talking much junk as I do. I mean, y'all know I'm petty like that. So, and I no problem with that, being petty. But being petty also, I bring out things. I like stirring the pot. I like getting people to think critically about certain aspects, good and bad, about what's going on in college sports, what's going on in the Big 12, what's going on at my alma mater, UH, SWAC TV, etc. So tune in this Sunday on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel for Folks Talkin Sports, 6 Central, 7 Eastern, and we are going to discuss Longhorns Buckeyes. Yes, football. And some more football. Speaking of, the Big 12. Okay, another question. Corey, Rex, Miss Wanda, how many of you have listened to Big 12 radio on TuneIn? Comment, let me know in the comments. Have you listened to the Big 12 radio show on TuneIn? Airs live from, 7 to 10 each weekday morning, and then they replay it twice. So it's about 9 hours of that content. I've been told more content will be provided now that football season is approaching. Heck, for Big 12, it starts this Saturday. And speaking of which, all roundabout way of saying all these things. We know followers of the Big 12, followers of the Houston Cougars who are in the Big 12, that the Big 12 does not have a linear network. Like the Big 10. Big 10 has Big 10 Network. The SEC, of course, has the SEC Network. And the ACC has the ACC Network. Two of those are under the ESPN umbrella. Corey says he has not listened to TuneIn, the Big 12 show. Rex, he's tuned in to a few shows on TuneIn. And this is good. Rex and Miss Wanda say they have listened to Big 12 radio on TuneIn. Okay. Not as so much regarding the Big 12's FAST channel. Well, we know there is an ACC network. There is an SEC network. There is a Big 10 network. Here's some info. ESPN announces ACC Network, SEC Network, and SEC on ABC anthems ahead of the 2025-26 college football season. This year, ESPN is collaborating with country music stars Bailey Zimmerman and Luke Combs, the SEC on ABC. 2025 breakout singer-songwriter Alex Warren, no clue who that is, the ACC Network. British folk band Mumford & Sons, no they are, the SEC Network, and the multifaceted musician, producer, songwriter, and fashion designer Pharrell Williams, SEC Network. Fans will hear all three songs across ESPN platforms throughout the upcoming college football season. So here's a perk, a benefit right here of one, being under the ESPN umbrella, two, having your own linear network. The song Backup Plan by Bailey Zimmerman and featuring Luke Combs comes off Zimmerman's second studio album, Different Night, Same Rodeo. The song released May 2nd and debuted across ESPN platforms during SEC Media Days. Must be nice. 2025 breakout singer-songwriter Alex Warren and his recently released track Bloodline, featuring Jelly Roll, is the ACC Network's anthem for the upcoming season. Additionally, Warren's song You Can't Stop This will be featured across ACC Network Saturday football prime time promotions throughout the season. SEC Network is featuring Good People by Mumford & Sons as its 2025-26 music anthem. The song, produced by Pharrell Williams, was the British folk rock band's first new song in 5 years, dating back to Blind Leading Blind in 2019. So if you tune in to those networks, you're going to see those songs played, promos. You're going to hear those songs probably become earworms and get on your damn nerves. Well, that's an issue for the Big 12 because the Big 12 does not have its own linear network. But the Big 12 does have, and I've mentioned this on the Takeover and, of course, on Folks Talkin Sports, its own FAST channel. FAST, free, ad-supported television. For example, let me get into a little bit more info here. Big 12, and I'm comparing. Hope Thurlow's watching as well. Big 12 Studios will feature a variety of programming, such as in-game footage, lots of in-game footage, highlights from recent contests, replays of historic Big 12 conference showdowns, and in-depth expert analysis. Original content will include profiles of current and former Big 12 conference student athletes, highlighting their stories on and off the field. So Big 12 Studios is part of Big 12's YouTube channel, but also part of the Big 12's FAST channel. Compare that to SWAC TV, which debuted on August 1st. SWAC TV will feature preseason, regular season, and postseason live events across 18 league-sponsored shows, while also, and here's the thing that caught my eye, while also featuring unique feature content, sports talk shows, and podcasts. That's SWAC TV. SWAC TV is on Roku, Fire TV, and all the other, not all of, but majority of streaming platforms. Feature content, unique feature content, sports talk shows, and podcasts. You go to the Big 12's FAST channel, 24 hours out of most days in the week. It is replayed football games. Sometimes replayed basketball games. Sometimes replayed wrestling events. Conference matchups in the either Olympic sports or non-Olympic sports. That's what it is. They have a show called Inside Big 12, Inside Big 12 Studios, etc. It airs 1 hour a week and then is repeated probably Thursday through Saturday, 2 or 3 times a day, if not more. Now, throughout the summer, I'm hoping it gets better now that college football is here. I have my doubts. I have my concerns. A Power 4 conference, let me go back to it again. A Power 4 conference has its own FAST channel. Yes, we all know it's not linear, like the Big Ten, SEC, and ACC, but you have your own channel. You have the opportunity to provide and produce your own content. Look at this again. Look at what they're doing. Replays of historic Big 12 conference showdowns and in-depth expert analysis, which I probably see listed on in the guide. No sports talk shows, because the Big 12 radio show on TuneIn does not stream, for some reason, on the Big 12's FAST channel. Why not? Why are you showing replays of football games ad nauseum when you have a daily show that you could simulcast on your FAST channel? Little old SWAC TV, HBCU, unique feature content, sports talk shows, and podcast. That's SWAC TV. And I talk about these sports talk shows and podcasts because a couple of my brothers in media are part of one of the most popular HBCU sports talk shows / podcasts. and I produce that show. Show airs on Facebook and YouTube. Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab airs Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, part of the Jericho Broadcast Network. And there is talk that a couple of my brothers, a couple of them might have their own shows on SWAC TV. Big 12. Comment from Rex. Y'all know who I am. It's not about me, though. It's not about me. Solely. Rex says, Big 12 Studio should partner with a conference team's podcast and broadcast their streams. 16 30-minute shows or 16 full-hour shows highlighting each team. Amen. Amen. This is not complicated. Why is Big 12 making this so complicated? I've heard, I'm not going to name names, but I've heard one of my colleagues has spoken with Big 12 media people, higher ups, about doing some work for the conference regarding content. Those discussions began in April. It's now August, almost September. Still nothing on the Big 12's FAST channel. To its credit, I guess, inside the Big 12, inside Big 12 Studios, whatever, has begun interviewing the Big 12 women's basketball coaches. Those interviews are on the conference's YouTube channel. I saw the interview with Coog head coach, women's head coach, Matthew Mitchell. It's on the Big 12 Conference YouTube channel. I think the day before that, they had Arizona State head coach Molly Miller interview on the Big 12 YouTube channel. As far as I know, none of those shows are streaming on the FAST channel. What are y'all doing? What's the whole purpose of having a FAST channel if you don't provide more original content? We already know that you don't have a linear network, but you have ways to provide content for your fans and fans of your member schools, and you continue to drop the ball. How many of you have seen the, Warner Brother Division, Turner Sports commercial promoting Big 12 football for this season? There's a new promo, I think, started airing this week. That's good. Let folks know that Big 12 football will be on TNT, will be on Turner Sports. That's good. Now imagine if you played those promos on your FAST channel. Imagine you put those on more of your platforms. Okay. I got more. Back to this. News about the Big 12, though. And I want to bring this up again. This news right here. Kind of skated past it. This was announced a few weeks ago. So forget the announced Tuesday part. But Peacock will stream a slate of 20 exclusive regular season Big 12 men's basketball games beginning in the fall of this year as part of a multi-year agreement announced by NBC Sports and the Big 12 Conference. Each season, Peacock's Big 12 men's basketball schedule will include 20 conference and non-conference matchups. The Big 12 is a quote from Commissioner Yormark. The Big 12 is thrilled to partner with NBC Sports and Peacock as we continue to expand access and coverage of Big 12 men's basketball. I know that gets me. What about the women's basketball? But anyway. Yormark continued. Alongside our portfolio of existing media partners, NBC Sports and Peacock will provide our league with unprecedented promotion and storytelling. They keep saying that storytelling word. Okay. Quote from Rick Cordella, president of NBC Sports. The Big 12 is one of the most successful conferences in college basketball, enjoying a recent run of excellence on top of a storied history for many of its prestigious programs. We look forward to partnering with the Big 12 to showcase its top-tier college basketball players, men's college basketball players, teams, and rivalries, and promoting our slate of men's games on Peacock alongside NBC Sports' extensive portfolio of college sports and world-class events, end quote. The deal is of particular significance as it now means the Big 12 will see its product broadcast by each of the 5 major networks in the college sports space: Fox, ESPN, NBC, CBS, and TNT. So let me pause right there. I'll come back to it. So it's great to be on Fox, ESPN, NBC, CBS, TNT. But you don't have your own linear network. Those networks, those linear networks, show the games. That's nice. That's good. 3 hours out of a day, 3 to 6, based on if you have a doubleheader, triple hitter, whatever for football. During hoop season, you may get 3 games on it for a day, whatever. That's good. But when you don't have your own linear network, you don't have the opportunity to have an anthem played throughout the season like the SEC and ACC do. Although you could do, artists connected to who are alums of Big 12 member schools, I'm sure, who could probably put together a song that you could play on, let me think, your Fast channel. On Big 12 radio on TuneIn. Put them on both platforms. Okay. Y'all see where I'm going with this today. The internal hope with the strategy is those media partners working with the conference be exposed to the Big 12's potential value ahead of the expiration of its current broader media rights deal with ESPN and Fox Sports that runs through 2031. The addition of NBC into the fold is also the second such deal the league has struck over the past 12 months. The Big 12 previously announced a partnership with CBS Sports in September 2024 through a sub-license agreement with ESPN that would see the former add 20 men's basketball games per year and 26 games total. Your Mark has been adamant about the potential value men's basketball might bring in the long term over his 3 years as commissioner. That message has been coupled with vast on-court success for the league over that span, including national runner-up Houston this past year. Yeah. So, again, you got all these deals with networks for games, but Commissioner Yormark keeps going back to storytelling. Let me get the slide, slide 2. He wants to provide storytelling. How much storytelling are the networks going to do during the games? How many of these networks are going to have pregame shows? or do have pregame shows. I don't know. Is there a pregame show on CBS Sports before a Big 12 game? For the Big 12. Not just an overview of the entire college hoops landscape for that day. So where is this storytelling going to take place? Help him make it make sense to me. My brother, Internet Passport, good to see you. Good to hear from you. Salute to you as well. Rex, Miss Wanda, Corey, make it make sense to me. Where is this storytelling going to take place and when? You have a 1 hour show inside the Big 12, a weekly show on your FAST channel, 1 hour out of 168 hours in a week. And that 1 hour is repeated. It's not like it's original Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's repeated. What is this? What is this? But here's some other news. And this is different. Let's put it like different. The Big 12 Conference has launched the Big 12 QB Club, a celebration of the league's rich history of field generals and its depth at the quarterback position this season. The Big 12 is home to a nation-leading 9 returning quarterbacks who threw for 2,400 yards or more last season, as well as marquee newcomers who will bolster the Big 12 QB Club for the 2025 season. Additionally, this year's slate of Big 12 QBs feature the most signal callers of any conference in America on the Davey O'Brien and Manning Award preseason award watch lists, QBs that have amassed 194 wins in their college careers, quarterbacks with over 102,000 yards of total offense and accounted for 823 total touchdowns. As the league enters its 30th season, the conference will also use the Big 12 QB Club to celebrate legendary signal callers throughout its history. Since 1996, the Big 12 has seen 5 Heisman Trophy winning quarterbacks, QBs on 6 Super Bowl winning teams, 34 signal callers selected in the NFL draft, 10 consensus All-American selections at QB, 4 quarterbacks enshrined in the National College Football Hall of Fame. This is some nice stuff. Quote from Big 12 CFO, Chief Football Officer Scott Draper. The Big 12 is home to the best quarterbacks in the country who will be on display each week during the season. The history of our conference is rooted in elite quarterback play, and this season's dynamic playmakers at the position will play a key role in another exciting season of Big 12 football. Rex, I see your question, and they have to. Are they including programs that are no longer in the Big 12? Got to be. The conference will highlight quarterback play from all 16 of its members each week while connecting to the league's storied history at the position that includes Heisman winning quarterbacks. Highlight reels, in-depth statistical analysis, and feature, there's a word again, storytelling will spotlight Big 12 quarterbacks across social media platforms and Big 12 football broadcasts. The Big 12 QB Club will debut when Rocco Becht of number 22 Iowa State and number 17 K-State's Avery Johnson square off in the Aer Lingus College Football Classic's first ever ranked matchup. Kickoff from Dublin, Ireland is set for 11 a.m. Central this Saturday, August 23rd on ESPN. Tune in for that. So again, storytelling. There's that word, storytelling. How much storytelling can you do when you don't utilize the platforms you have? You have your own channel, but you only have 1 hour of original content per week in a show airing on that channel. Now, based on the on-screen guide, the channel will air previous year's matchups between Iowa State and K-State leading up to Saturday's game in Ireland. Yippee. The on-screen guide lists for the info for the Inside the Big 12 Studios show. It says week 4, discussing week 4 of the Big 12 season. This is week 0, everybody. Y'all know that. This is week 0. 4-0 on your keyboard. That's not really close together. Even on a 10 key. So week 4, week 0, even when Big 12 has a show, the info details are wrong. Little past the bottom of the hour. Y'all see I'm kind of warm, heated today, talking about the Big 12. Y'all see I got a UH shirt. I'm an alum, proud alum. Cougs are a member of the Big 12. I'm glad the Cougs are in the Big 12. Powerful conference, powerful revenue for the Cougs, much more than they got in the American. But if you are in a Power 4 conference, it's time the conference acts like one of the big boys. Anywho, I'm going to take 90 seconds to cool off a little bit. Remind you, you're watching today's Houston Roundball review takeover of the lunch break. Streaming live on YouTube on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. That's what that QR code is you see on the screen. You can join, scan that code, and become a member of the Houston Roundball Review YouTube membership section. 2 tiers, which I'll discuss later on toward the end of the show. But today's show is also streaming live on Roku via the BS3 Network. Play the promo for BS3 and be back in 90 seconds. Stick and stay.
BS3 Network. Changing the way you watch TV.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Houston Roundball Review Takeover of the Lunch Break. Streaming live on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel and also, of course, on Roku via the BS3 Network. Rowdy Coog, thank you for joining the show. This is a good question. I'm going to ask. I'm going to find out. I'll ask a question once the show ends. And as soon as I get an answer, I will post it on the YouTube post section and also on the social media platforms like on Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, etc. So as soon as I find out, I will let you know, you and everyone else know. Very good question. Thank you for that question. I've been talking first half of the show, today's show, about the Big 12's lack of content, lack of utilizing what it has available to it on its own fast channel, its own Big 12 radio channel on TuneIn. Now the college football season is here, really. Week 0, Iowa State, Kansas State in Ireland kicking off this Saturday. Big 12, I hope, provides more and more content on its radio station, and on its TV station on its Big 12 Fast channel. Rowdy Cougars, have you watched the Big 12's channel, its Fast channel? And have you listened to any of these shows and information on TuneIn via the Big 12's radio show? Some good content. Guys do a very good job. They need more content on their channel instead of just 3 hours out of 24 hours out of a day and playing music for majority of the time in the afternoon and night. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Okay. Here's another benefit of having your own. I mean, I say this about having your own linear network, and linear is kind of important, but the Big 12 does have its own channel. It's not linear, but they could provide more content on this channel that they do have. Here's some more stuff about ESPN. This is another benefit. Getting to it. Let me see. Got the right slide here. Let's see right here. The ACC Network debuts new weekly fall studio programming lineup. The ACC Network unveiled a new weekly programming lineup set to debut later this summer, I'll say, like in a few days, with daily studio programming scheduled from 4 to 6 p.m. Central, Monday through Friday. The lineup is anchored by a daily edition of ACC PM Monday through Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. live from ACC Network's Bristol studio. Inside Access with hosts Andrea Adelson and David Hale expands from 30 minutes to a full hour, airing on Thursdays, 4 to 5 p.m. The reporting duo will dive deep on ACC storylines with original reports, extended interviews with ACC head coaches and athletes, and more. As previously announced, ACC Network Football Podcast will air on ACC Network Mondays and Wednesdays, 4 to 5 p.m. Central, with in-depth player and team breakdowns, interviews, and more. The show is hosted by former Florida State great E.J. Manuel and Georgia Tech captain Roddy Jones. The first show is Monday, August 25th. Tuesdays, ACC Network Basketball Podcast. This is Tuesdays, like next Tuesday. Basketball Podcast. It's not even college hoop season, but they're going to have a basketball podcast airing on the ACC Network, which will take center stage on ACCN 4 to 5 p.m., featuring a rotating cast of ESPN and ACCN in men's and women's basketball voices. The program premieres on Tuesday, August 26th. College basketball. Hello, Big 12. Hello, are you paying attention? Hello, hello, hello. Are you paying attention? ACC Network Football Podcast and ACC Network Basketball Podcast are also available on the ESPN app and wherever fans prefer to get their podcasts. Today, y'all know, is August 21st. Have any of you purchased or upgraded to the worldwide leader's new app? Roddy Coog's, Rex 32, Internet Passport, Miss Wanda, Corey. Have you ponied up some money and got ESPN's new app to get all the shows under the ESPN umbrella on the app? Have anyone taken that plunge yet? I haven't, because fortunately, my old ass TV platform still has all these channels. So I don't have to do it just yet. As long as my TV platform has those shows, I'm going to stick with what I got. I'm not going to cut the cord yet. I mean, why? I got all the bundles and everything right now. Rex acknowledges has not upgraded to the app. Are you going to, Rex, upgrade to the app, either the unlimited or what is the other one? The ESPN Plus one? Was it called Selected? I think that's what it is, Selected. They're counting on people like you, Rex, to spend that money and join the whatever they're joining, whatever. Don't, some of y'all are going to shake your heads. Some of y'all might even leave me. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to talk about Memphis. Yes, Memphis. Because of the sponsorship deal. Memphis, Rex with a great answer. No, I'm not going to, because the Cougs play on too many platforms for me to join just one. Fair. The University of Memphis has agreed to a new sponsorship deal with FedEx that will include FedEx branding within the end zones, a move, and this is courtesy of colleague Jason Muntz with the Memphis Commercial Appeal. This is a move believed to be unprecedented in college football and the NFL at Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium. Financial terms were not disclosed, but the increase in annual money is expected to be substantial, multiple sources told the Commercial Appeal. The sources requested anonymity because financial details were not released. FedEx signage has appeared inside Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium for years, although never on the field itself. But in June 2024, the NCAA approved a rule change to allow on-field commercial sponsor advertisements for regular season games. Several schools took advantage during the 2024 season, including DirecTV signage appearing along the end zone out of bounds lines at Southern Cal games at Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. But it's believed that no schools have incorporated ad space inside the end zones. That will change beginning with the Tigers' 2025 season, which begins August 30th, 3:30 p.m. Central on ESPN Plus, Rex, when they host Chattanooga. By shifting the framework of the initial agreement with FedEx, the money Memphis receives from the sponsorship will go toward funding revenue sharing and will not be subject to review by NIL Go, the NCAA's new NIL clearinghouse. That's why I'm mentioning this. Memphis AD Ed Scott said in the press release, quote, "This strategic shift positions Tiger Nation for long-term success in the ever-changing college athletics landscape. However, schools are permitted to share up to $20.5 million in revenue directly with athletes thanks to the House versus NCAA settlement, which passed in June. I think July, whatever, without providing specific figures. Scott said previously Memphis will not meet that number for the upcoming athletic season, although it will be at or near the top of the group of five and will be competitive with Power 4 schools. The new deal with FedEx is expected only to bring the Tigers closer to the $20.5 million mark. What company or what corporation would you like to see the Cougs partner with to have ad promotion in the end zone for what is still now TDECU Stadium? You got somebody in mind you think can pony up some money? And it'd be great if it went toward revenue sharing. That'd be a plus for the Cougs. Rex, you got somebody in mind who could do that? Rowdy Cougs, you have the kind of money? If you do, let me know. I can ask you to email advertise@thehrr.com and advertise on this show and the other shows here on the YouTube channel. But is there a company, a corporation? well, Landry's end zone. I'm hoping I need to ask him. I need to speak with Houston AD Eddie Nunez and ask him about how things are going, because I think he mentioned to colleague Joseph Duarte that one specific sponsorship deal with ad space promotion inside Fertitta Center fell through, did not come to fruition because of timing of that potential partner or something like that, but didn't happen. So a few things I think are still being discussed, but does not have not happened yet. But Landry's, and I'm thinking Tillman might say, don't we know other people? I provided so much to the university. Don't we know other folks? Maybe Tillman has donor fatigue. Queen Polk. Maybe that's why Tillman will only bid $200 to $250 million regarding a WNBA franchise and won't go any higher than that. So I've been told. He's not going higher than that. I've been told that. Well, the thought process is he won't go higher than that. And based on what the WNBA, how the WNBA is handling it, it seems like they don't want Tillman to go higher than that. Go figure. Even though you have bids higher up on the northeast coast. Excuse me. But Landry's, don't we have other people, or do we have other wealthy alums, corporations who would partner with Houston, who could partner with Houston for the end zone promotion? That's not Landry's. That'd be good. I wonder how much that would cost. I mean, Bun B's probably, he has more money than probably Trillberger. Could pony up as Trillberger, but Bun B could probably do some little extra. But that's his money. Just an idea. Got to be different ways to generate revenue. Other sponsors, other corporations. Eddie Nunez mentioned to me a few weeks ago, and to other colleagues recently, that there have been more higher response from corporations in town who are going to who are partnering with Houston, and those partnerships will be announced in the next coming days, weeks, months. So that's a plus. But we shall see. One benefit of the Cougs not being a full share, not being in a Power Four until last couple of years, is the budget was smaller. So you're not like in Iowa State's position or a lot of the Power Four schools who are having to find ways to revenue share because they allocate all their money before previous years towards projects like building construction. And now some of those projects, construction plans have been put on hold in order to participate fully in the revenue share. The Cougs Houston Athletics is a full participant in revenue share. Part of that is because of the increase in money they're getting as now being a full share partner in the Big 12. Shipley free donut for a shutout. Gotta be. There's plenty of corporations to do it. Just gotta find them and work with them and make it happen. Hey, Frenchie's. I'm not sure if Frenchie's money pockets are that deep, but make it work. Make it happen. Some type of something. Different ways to get it out there. These final moments of today's show. Going to mention this again. If you haven't already, get you a once a Coog, always a Coog t-shirt. Scan that QR code you see on the screen and join Miss Wanda Polk and Dr. Maisha, who are proudly wearing their once a Coog, the red once a Coog, always a Coog shirts. There are Coog shirts available in black and light blue. I won't call it Houston blue because I would get in trouble. It's just light blue. So you can scan that QR code, and it's football season now. So order your once a Coog, always a Coog shirt and wear it around town or wear it across. If you're living in another part of the country, wear it proudly because you're a Coog graduate. You got your degree from UH. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of who we are. I'm going to say this again because we all know in men's basketball, in the Big 12, we run the Big 12. We run the Big 12. I said it during the Let's Rage Coug post-game shows. We know it. Didn't take long for us to do it. Now I'm putting on my alumni cap. Houston Cougars men's basketball runs the Big 12. So be proud to be a UH alum and show your support and help the Houston Roundball review at the same time. That'll do it. I'm going to wrap it up. I spoke enough on pleading for the Big 12 to do more with its platforms, to provide more content. I mean, can you imagine? Hell, I'm not even sure how often the Big 12 promotes its FAST channel. Maybe one reason they don't promote it is because there's not enough original content on it to promote it. But there's now time for you to promote, time for you to provide more content. College football season is here. And even as the Big 12 is proud to claim, not sure they still claim it as much now, of being the best conference in men's basketball. You have one of the top two, Big 10, not on that tier. Big 12 and SEC are the top in men's hoops. I'm going to say it again. The ACC Network will start on this coming Tuesday, August 26th. The ACC Basketball podcast on its show, on a TV network. And this is football season. Big 12, you got one of the best conferences in men's hoops. Start talking about the teams in your conference on your platform, like the Big 12 Fast channel. Sheesh. Okay. Thank you very much, Miss Wanda, for your support. Wearing the shirt, the Want to Coog shirt. Really, Sunday was Coog Fan Fest. Thank you as always for that. Got more content coming for the YouTube members. Look for that momentarily. 2 shows next week. We're going to do the Let's Rage Coog show for sure. There might not be a live show, the Takeover, because I'm hopefully be returning to office work soon. And if that is the case, the Takeover won't be live anymore. They'll be recorded. So just keep that in mind. So yes, I'm waiting to hear back. Had an interview earlier this week about a job offer. If I get that, Takeover will be recorded going forward. But Let's Rage Cougs will be live after the Cougs get their first win in football next Thursday. That'll do it for today's edition of the Houston Roundball Review Takeover of the Lunch Break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel, and of course on Roku via the BS3 Network. Scan that QR code to become a Houston Roundball Review YouTube member. And wrapping it up, since 1994, the Houston Roundball Review. Local name, global perspective. Everyone, take care. Peace.